digital currency is definitely sustainable. People are using it all the time. This year we'll have multi-billions of dollars of transactions, just financial transactions happening. There's also large financial markets with billions of dollars trading. So it'll evolve over time, but there's no question that something like it'll be around for a long time. The big opportunities in APAC for digital currency, I think, one thing you have is there's a lot of economic interaction between the countries, and Bitcoin really excels at this sort of thing, where you can actually transact and move money between countries very quickly. So I think we'll see a lot of that. Also historically, Hong Kong and Singapore, as we know, compete for this financial markets business, right? And we'll be seeing more of that, where they're going to try and build regional digital currency financial hubs in this area. There are good opportunities in Bitcoin right now for companies that want to build consumer finance brands, and we've seen some early movers build million-plus customer cohorts already. So Coinbase.com in the US is one. Blockchain.info in England is one. Both of them are the size of quite a large regional bank already, just a year in. So we'll see where they go, but I think we should expect a lot of growth. So we've had a very large hacking scandal this year with Mt. Gox. Maybe it's a hack, maybe it's fraud, maybe it's incompetence, we don't know. It's tough. I think the big impact is on consumers, people who had deposits there and are wondering what happened to their money. And that, of course, erodes confidence in general. But I think it's important to say the underlying technology is fine. These are people stealing something they were entrusted with, and people can do that with almost anything. So my own hope is that it will kind of spur us on to have better quality oversight and regulation and better quality businesses.
So back at the Festival of Media in 2011, I talked about the fact that some of our best work was coming out of Asia. That is definitely still the case today, and has actually moved forwards from there. So much so that, today we are now leading some key pieces of global business for our agency. Really, for us, we see ourselves evolving from a media agency into what we're calling a content and connections agency. And let me be clear, when I talk about content, that's everything from a customer message or a tweet through to a television campaign. And if you look through some of the work that we've been doing here at the Festival of Media, the entries that Mediacom have put in, some of the work, for example, that we did for Coca-Cola and P&G in markets like Malaysia, it's really about understanding those people, what their lives are about, and actually how we can help them in their lives, how we can make those brands relevant to them. I think Festival of Media for Asia, which you began a couple of years ago, I think is right. I think this is a meaningful slug of business for any organisation like ours. It certainly is at Mediacom. So I think actually having an event like this is overdue. What we're seeing in 2014 is, for the first time, probably expenditure and investment in this region overtaking expenditure and investment in North America.
What is special about brands in Asia or from Asia is their need for hunger to grow. They're incredibly innovative at times, and also they have a more longer-term perspective around growth. But that's what makes them so special. A lot of content which is generated has to be very relevant to the local needs of the consumers, and entrepreneurial talent which understands that and caters to that and have an intuitive understanding around the knowledge of the consumer are extremely important for brands to grow in Asia. After the incubation within their own country, what really takes them across is their ambition. There is a bit of capital infusion and the right environment for them to grow it and take it across, the right kind of track space, etc. But the entrepreneurial spirit of the brand is extremely important for them to grow. It is almost as important for them to be to understand the consumer and consumer needs much better, and they're really good at doing that at the local level.
So we're here at the Festival of Media Asia Pacific this year, our third year running. We've just spent 2 whole days locked in a room, 18 judges.
There's a lot of people here, it's quite a big panel. Everyone's getting their say, everyone's getting a chance to speak up. And as a result of that, I think the best of the opinions are coming through.
Some of the entries that stood out for me were heavily socially oriented. I mean, there was a lot of CSR initiatives, which I'm very happy to see brands and companies starting to do.
I think it's great. The way the judging methodology has been done, the fact that we all get to discuss and debate and go through across most of the entries and then finally cast our votes. It's a very good process.
The most powerful ideas are built on a unique insight. I think secondly, the idea, both creatively but also the way in which media is being used to bring that idea to life. And then execution, because ultimately without executing excellently, we're not going to get to the results that really cause it to stand above and beyond the rest of the submissions.
It definitely is a great experience. You're getting to meet some fantastic people, some great marketeers, and it really opens up the world of marketing for us.
What I've seen over the past year and a half is that if it's good work, irrespective of who it comes from, which agency, which marketer, it just rises to the top, and you've seen some very kind of clear winners.
Great videos, but more importantly, great content and excellent results. It's all about the quality of the insight, the brilliance of the results, and those are the campaigns that will shine and go on to win.
What I've seen over the last 2 years, this festival is really building steam. The quality of content is a step up again.
Well, firstly, I think any company should be entering the Festival of Media Awards, but I would strongly encourage for media agencies to be part of this. Firstly, it raises the profile of the agency. Secondly, it is a recognition for the people as well as, the agency who's doing good work.